Hello, hello, hello. My name is Drea for the people that don't know. And this is going to be your quick pick a card reading. This is going to be for Mercury retrograde, any Mercury retrograde that you come across in your lifetime. And then if this video finds you for any Mercury retrograde, it's going to apply to that. I have 5 piles for you guys to choose from. Okay, and what we're going to look into is how you're going to be feeling during this Mercury retrograde, what you can expect during this Mercury retrograde. It's not going to be super, super long, but it is going to kind of give you a little feely, touchy on what you can expect or what could happen during this time, okay? For the people that don't know, Mercury retrograde usually is a period of time where maybe technology doesn't, work the best. There's miscommunication. People from your past resurface. Past things that you might have been tested on in the past might be coming back up again. Certain things, certain habits. Things like so. Also, this is a tip for a lot of you guys. If you start talking to somebody during Mercury retrograde, or you guys, have been hitting something off with somebody in particular during Mercury retrograde, please don't get your hopes up when it comes to that, because usually it doesn't last past more than Mercury retrograde. Now, that is something that I've personally noticed with a lot of people, and including myself, when it comes to situations or just talking phases or whatever the case may be. As well as traveling, delays, things like that. I don't ever recommend traveling during Mercury retrograde. I don't recommend cutting your hair during Mercury retrograde. I don't recommend starting a new relationship during Mercury retrograde, just because the energy is very, very intense around that time. And Mercury retrograde gives heavy moon card for the people that know tarot. And if you're trying to learn tarot, you can purchase a course on learning tarot on my website, or you can also purchase a personalized reading if you want something more specific, more detailed on your specific situation as well. You can find your timestamps in the comments below. I will see you guys over there. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with pile 1. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. Let's go ahead and see what you guys can expect. I will be using the tarot for you and me today. This is a rainbow tarot. But let's go ahead and see what you guys can expect during this time, okay? All right, pile number 1. Pile number 1. How is my pile number 1 people going to be feeling during Mercury retrograde? How about that? Let's see. How is my pile number 1 going to be feeling during Mercury retrograde? Okay, pile 1. You might be a little bit worried. Okay, there might be a little bit of a panic. You might be careful with pregnancy. Okay, be careful with worrying a little bit too much this Mercury retrograde. You might be upset about certain things, okay? You might be upset with somebody. You might just be upset in general. You might find something out. I am also seeing that you might be finding something out, and it's going to make you really suspicious about that specific person that you find something out about, or you're just going to be really not trusting whoever you might be with, okay? So let's go ahead and see pile 1 for Mercury retrograde. What can my pile 1 expect for Mercury retrograde? Let's see. What can my pile 1 expect for Mercury retrograde? Ooh, okay. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. And then we have the House Mother. Okay, so there could be something that someone is hiding from you during this Mercury retrograde. For some of you guys, It's not going to be all of you guys, but for some of you guys, if you do have any suspicions of somebody being fluid, and liking their own gender, I kind of feel like you are 100% correct, okay? And you might just figure this out during Mercury retrograde. I feel like the tea will be spilt, okay? I also do feel like pregnancy things, pregnancy scares, or anything like that might be a thing in Mercury retrograde for you guys as well. And yeah, now if you guys are doing any type of work, I do feel like it's going to be based more on the dark workings. I also kind of feel like it's going to be based on releasing, okay? Um, but you are also going to be holding on to something that you know you should be releasing, okay? So I feel like there is going to be communication. I do feel like it's going to be from a woman. I feel like a woman is going to communicate with you. Maybe you haven't heard from this woman in a while. I feel like she is more of a girly girl. I do feel like she could have blonde hair, or just someone who is very girly, okay? This could also be a teenager. This could be someone young, okay? You might be re-seeing this person as well during Mercury retrograde is also kind of what I'm getting. And they're going to be speaking to you. I also feel like when it comes to love situations, romance, and stuff like that, there could be a birthday going on during this Mercury retrograde. But I am also seeing that you're going to be pretty happy during this Mercury retrograde when it comes to love situations, dating, etc. So you might be, either playing the field, you might be single, you might be in a relationship, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes Mercury retrogrades don't always have to be a negative thing. Sometimes it could be like resurfacing past emotions that you guys used to have for each other. Maybe you guys are going on dates that you used to do when you guys were first dating. You know what I mean? So that's always a good thing. I also feel like in this Mercury retrograde, I don't think you're going to be too overwhelmed with certain things. I also feel like you're not going to be communicating with people who stress you the hell out. Okay? I do feel like you're going to be getting compliments and achieving certain goals that you've been wanting to achieve. You're going to be standing out. You're going to be getting praise for what you do for work or for anything. Maybe you've been having a project. Maybe you've been working on something. And I kind of feel like you're going to get a little bit more recognition during Mercury retrograde. Okay? If you were looking for a new job or anything like that, I don't believe it's gonna happen during Mercury retrograde. It's not the time to start something really big in your life right now, and you might already know that. You might already feel that. So yeah, just kind of giving you that heads up right there. I do feel like you're going to be studying something. I feel like you're going to be learning something. You're going to get a lot wiser, or you're going to learn from past mistakes, or you're going to learn from past situations to not repeat certain cycles that you have already done, okay? But that is what I got for my pile number 1. I will see you guys another time. Don't forget to book your personals on my website. That information will be in the comments below, either on my website or on Instagram, wherever I am doing them, okay? So I will see you guys there. All right, let's move on to pile number 2. If you guys chose pile number 2, let's go ahead and see how my pile 2 people are feeling during this Mercury retrograde. Let's see how you guys are feeling during the Mercury retrograde. Oh my gosh, everybody's like worried about stuff during Mercury retrograde. What's going on? All right, what's going on? Oh, but you guys are a little worried on the afraid part. Let's see. You guys could be scared of something. Y'all could be going to the gym too. Ooh, okay. So you guys got disappointed. So you're gonna be feeling disappointed about something, okay? I'm sorry to let you know, but yeah, there could be a little bit of disappointment here. Let's go ahead and see what it's about. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay. Living situations. Okay, you might just be a bit disappointed about a living situation. Maybe certain people. You might get kind of like creeped out about something. You might see something you weren't expecting. You might see a personality of someone you weren't expecting. You might see something in your house that you weren't expecting. It might shock you a little bit. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like you move into a new place or something, and then you see the light bill, and you didn't realize that's how much people be paying for light. Or you move into a neighborhood and everything's cool and fine, and then at nighttime you just hear a lot of loud noises. Or maybe you're living with a roommate and everything is peaches and cream, and then things don't become peaches and cream. It wasn't actually peaches. That shit was mango, and you're fucking allergic to mango. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. Okay. But I am kind of getting that when it comes to living situations, for some reason, I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you might be a little worried about it. There might be a little bit of stuff that you're gonna be kind of like afraid of. Okay, someone might feel like they're gonna leave. Okay, that type of stuff. Now, you do have the Ten of Chalices, so it might not be relationship wise. Okay, I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, I feel like the relationship is going to be very healthy, very strong, very nice. If you're talking to anybody, it's going to be great. Again, me personally, I always recommend not to get your hopes up too damn high when you are dealing with somebody, especially if you met them around the Mercury retrograde, because usually it doesn't last very long. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I gotta let you know what's going on. Other than that, if you guys have already been dating or whatever the case, maybe you guys know each other for a while now before the Mercury retrograde. I do feel like your relationship, your situationship, whatever it is going to be very, very good, very, very nice, very, very happy. But there's just something involving a home situation that you are going to be a little bit like unhappy or a little worried about. Okay, make good decisions. Okay, make wise fucking decisions. Here, let's move that out the way because we don't want to get flat. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Also, when I did say make good decisions, you do have the wise one in reverse though, so you might not be making the best decisions, and that is probably why you're going to be worried or disappointed or kind of shaking in your boots. Okay, I don't even talk like that. I don't know why I said that, but with the Temperance card here, it could be something about temptation. Okay, and then during Mercury retrograde, there could be a fine little thing that might be tempting you to, yeah. Maybe you do have the Ten of Chalices. Maybe you do have the Ten of Cups. Maybe you do have the little perfect family type thing. But then here comes, little fine shit. And you might not make the best decision when it comes to that. Okay. And that might, affect a certain situation. Now, I also do feel like you are not going to be that emotionally involved with certain people, though. I don't think that you are going to be like head over heels for anybody, or anything like that. I feel like if anything, you're going to be a little bit distant when it comes to your feelings. I mean, you can flirt, you can have fun, you can love somebody, but are you in love though? I don't fucking think so. Okay, I don't really think you're in love. You might love people and care about them and be like, oh, you real cute, or you're fine, or oh yeah, I'm comfortable with you, but you're not in love. At least I don't see you being in love in Mercury retrograde. And good for you. Good for you, because during Mercury retrograde, unless you've already been with this person for a really, really, really long time, but if you have been with this person for a really long time, it's kind of concerning to me that the fact that you're the Queen of Chalices in reverse. But if you are a man watching this, because I could get some men on this channel, I can get some guys. Be aware of a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, maybe a Sagittarius being a little bit cold, being a little bit detached. Okay. I am seeing that too, or just a woman being a little detached. Okay, I am seeing that. But Leo energy. If you feel like you're not strong enough to handle something, you're not. Cause if you feel like you're strong enough to handle something, or you're not strong enough to handle something, you are right. Whatever you believe, you are correct. Okay, you're 100% correct. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then you won't accomplish it. But if you do believe in yourself, then you will accomplish it. That's how life works. Crazy, right? Now, I feel this concerns me. Okay, this concerns me a little tiny bit. Why is the Elder of Chalices here, but the Queen of Chalices in reverse? That's my question. Let's go with that. All right, I see masculine energy being very involved emotionally with you, Miss Ma'am, but I don't see you reciprocating that at all. There's somebody here that loves you and cares about you, has a lot of emotion for you. For some of you, very few, you could be dealing with two women. There's one that is very invested in you, and there's one that is not. Um, In Mercury Retrograde, get ready for the change. I do feel like there's going to be some change. And I feel like there's going to be lack of communication here. Okay. You might not be talking to somebody because you might feel like your feelings are not being reciprocated. They might not be talking to you because of something that has happened, something that has changed. I feel like there's somebody here in this Mercury retrograde that you're not going to be speaking to because things have changed with this person. Something changed. Relationship status, or feelings have changed. Someone could be moving on too. Someone that's foreign, okay? I'm getting Mexico, or just from another country. But yeah, that's what I got. I don't know. This is a little. Do I feel like it's going to like dwell super much on you? No, but then again, it could be on your mind. Yeah, lack of communication. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to pile number 2. If you guys want a personal reading, you guys can definitely book with me. The information will be in the comments. Let's see, pile number 3. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Let's go ahead and see how you guys are going to be feeling in this Mercury retrograde. Not in the month. Hello to everybody in the chat. All right. Yay! We got a good one. Happy. You're going to be feeling happy. You're going to be feeling determined to accomplish your goals. Love that for you. And excited. I love this. Okay, pile number 3. Love this, love this, love this for you. I also kind of feel like you're going to be excited about something, and then someone's going to want to, like, kind of rain on it a little bit, and then you're going to be like, don't be trying to fuck up with my happiness, and then you're going to continue to be happy. I love that for us. Okay, let's see. Pile number 3. Ooh, and as I said us, the lovers kind of came out, but we're going to shuffle, and we're going to see for real what's good with it. All right, pile number 3. What can my pile number 3 people expect this Mercury retrograde? What can my pile number 3 people expect on this Mercury retrograde? Let's see. You got the Fool in reverse. Okay. Love that. I got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 5. Okay. So, love this. I love this. Okay, so let's talk about the money, honey. Good monies. I love it. I feel like you're going to be focused on your career. You're going to be focused on your business. You're going to be getting some more paper. You're going to have some people helping you out in certain situations. Your business is growing. Your money is growing. All of that good stuff. I also feel like you're not going to be fighting with nobody, okay? So I kind of feel like someone might kind of try it a little bit, but you're not really going to budge for real. Like, you're just going to kind of be like, You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother you because you know that you have other people around you that are supporting you and you don't care for that negativity. So that's good. Now, I do feel like, clarify this Fool for me, please. Okay. So, pay attention to anybody who has their hands on their hips. Okay? If you have a friend and they have their hands on their hips, they is not your friend. Because why? Why? Well, why, Drea? Because the fool has his hand on his hips? Yeah, but it's not just clarified by the fool, it's clarified by this too. And this motherfucker got their hands on their hips too. So, and I was like, is this like a false friend? I'm getting it's a masculine, okay? I'm getting this is a man. And I feel like this man is not a true friend. Okay? I gotta be honest with y'all. I gotta keep it real. And I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you might just find out that this person is not a true friend or someone that should be considered a friend. Okay? I kind of feel like they might say some stuff behind your back. Okay? Yeah. Or they think they all that when they really not. Right? Or they might be saying that about you, and you don't want to deal with people like that. Okay, this could also even be family, but I'm getting more of a friendship with the Fool card more than actual family. But that doesn't bother you because you're just focused on money, and people that talk shit don't got nothing to do with themselves but be poor. And and you out here making money moves, so it doesn't affect you. It shouldn't even affect you, and I don't even think it will affect you. You know what I mean? Plus, you see that type of shit from a mile away. So let's see here. Yeah, see? Now, it could be a sibling for some of you guys, but I also feel like you're growing. This Mercury retrograde, you're going to really be proud of yourself. And I'm proud for you too, because you're going to keep a positive attitude and you're going to teach other people stuff too. This Mercury retrograde. You might be teaching somebody else something. You might also be focusing on you might be looking back like, dang, like I came a long way to where I used to be, or my younger self would be really, really proud of me. You know what I mean? And it's like all of these things that you've learned along the way when it comes to your money, your love, your whatever, you're just going to really be working hard on yourself, on you, on your growth, right? That's really what I'm getting heavy of. It's like you're going to be working on your growth. You're also going to have a lot of options in this Mercury retrograde, whether that be people, and it says, it says last chance, but it gives me, when I first read it, it said take a chance. So take a chance on something new. Take a chance. Just trust yourself. You know what I mean? And usually I don't advise people to start a big project when it comes to Mercury retrograde, but for some reason for you, you should take a chance on something, okay? It might just change your life. Because Mercury retrograde low-key is about a lot of change, okay? It's about change. Like, I've noticed a lot of change happen during Mercury retrograde. And it could be a positive change, and it can also be a negative change. And a lot of people like to base it off negative change because they're used to being comfortable. But change is not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable because it's a change of something you're not used to, right? But anyways, whatever you're determined to achieving, I feel like you're going to try to achieve it during this Mercury retrograde, or you're going to be working towards it. Now, when it comes to these options, it could be in love specifically, but it also could be in life. I feel like you're just going to have a lot of options in life and what to do next. You feel me? And I feel like you're just going to be working hard. You're going to be working hard. You're going to be, really focused on your business, on the growth of your business, on your team, your co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm seeing here too. I also feel like someone might not be speaking to you, okay, during this Mercury retrograde. I don't think this person's going to be speaking to you during the Mercury retrograde, but I still do see them coming back, okay? I want to say around the winter time they could be coming back, but I don't feel like they are speaking with you at the moment. Yeah, heavy on the no speaking, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, okay? But that is what I got for my pot number 3. Good for y'all. I love to see it. This was a very positive reading, and I love that you guys are on that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to pile number 4. How are my pile number fours feeling today? Let's see. How are my pile number fours feeling for the Mercury retrograde? Let's go ahead and look into it. How will my pile fours be feeling during Mercury retrograde? Another panicked. Okay. What is up with people being so worried lately? All right. What are they feeling? Oh, you're going to be surprised. See, you're over here worrying for nothing. All right, let's see. What are my pile fours? Oh, and you're frustrated. Okay, so this Mercury retrograde can bring you a bit of frustration, but I kind of feel like it's more of like, you're frustrated because you're tired. You know what I mean? Like, you're just freaking tired, and, it gets you frustrated when you have to do something again, or when you, when people get tired, when people like don't have that much energy to do certain things, sometimes it like, oh, you just want to give up on it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you don't give up on it, you'll be surprised at how it wasn't that big of a deal. Okay. Um. Now there could be a surprise for you too. Let's go ahead and find out what it could be, because I kind of feel like there could be something that's going to happen that's a bit unexpected. Now, I am also seeing like a return, okay? I am feeling like there could be a return of someone in the romantic sense, okay? I am feeling that, and it's going to kind of shock you a little bit, and then you're going to be frustrated, and it's going to be like, fuck, do I want to go back to this person? Do I want to keep contact with this person? What should I do when it comes to this person? Type of thing, right? Look, and as I said that, you have the Tower. So this is not like, okay, you're going about your day. Okay, you meet somebody new. Cool, awesome. It's unexpected, but you're going with the flow. This is a complete shock. This is like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting for this person to hit me up. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting for this thing to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, whoa, like I was not expecting that at all type. You feel me? And I don't think you're gonna be the happiest about it. So I am sorry to say, pile number four, you guys got a bit of a negative reading, if you want to call it that. I personally think that certain shit happens for a specific reason, and you never know what the rest of the year might hold, okay, or the rest of the months will hold. Don't focus too much just on the Mercury retrograde part, but I do feel like this year um, is going to be a bit of a shocker. Now, do I feel like it's work related? I don't. I don't think it's work related. I don't feel like it's work related. Personally, I just don't feel like it's work related. It could kind of be work related. Like it could be something to do with like a co-worker, or a guy or someone stealing at work, and it might shock you, or someone like, lying or something like that when it comes to work, and that might kind of shock you. But do I feel like anything negative is going to happen to you specifically with work? Not really. Um, yeah, I don't really see that. But I do feel like you're going to be unhappy about a certain situation that you might be very surprised about. And it's going to kind of keep you a little unhappy for some reason. And I kind of feel like it has something to do with things not being 100% over. Like, you might have thought that something was 100% over, but then you're going to realize during this Mercury retrograde that it's not. The feelings are still there. You know what I'm saying? Or, damn, you thought that you were never going to speak to somebody again, and then they pop up out of nowhere, and then they start speaking to you, and you're just like, shit. I was not expecting that one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you were expecting one of your exes to come back around during Mercury retrograde, but you were not expecting the ex that actually did come back around during Mercury retrograde. Like maybe you were expecting your most recent ex, or an ex before an ex, but no, this is the ex from fucking, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm kind of getting here too. And maybe you were hoping for someone to come back up, but they didn't. Um, Now, I also kind of feel like during this Mercury retrograde, um, there could be something going on with children. Okay, maybe you. Excuse me. You could be learning something new, or you have to be really quick with it when it comes to your children. Maybe they're getting smarter at things, or maybe they're learning something new, and you might have to learn it too. Okay. Now, if you don't feel strong enough to handle everything by yourself, definitely ask your partner for some help, or somebody for some help, or tutoring, or whatever the case may be, if it gets a little too hard for you as well. Now, I do feel like everything is not going to be rainbow sprinkle farts, okay? I do feel like it's going to be a bit chaotic, okay? When it comes to this Mercury retrograde, there could even be a bit of a argument type of thing. There could be a bit of a fight, something about ribs. But yeah, there's just something going on when it comes to maybe a discussion or a meeting, or a disagreement of some kind. You feel me? And I do feel like that might happen during Mercury retrograde. I also feel like during this Mercury retrograde, be a little careful with temptation. Also, be a little bit careful with addictions, okay? So maybe if you used to smoke cigarettes, that might just come back around during this Mercury retrograde, and you might just pick up a cigarette, okay? Or a beer, or hopefully nothing worse. But, no judgment. But that is what I'm seeing here too. There also could be a bit of a disconnect during this Mercury retrograde for you, okay? So just letting you know. I wouldn't get my hopes up too high if you're meeting somebody during Mercury retrograde. All right? All right. Well, that's what I got for my pile number 4. Sorry that was sucky, but shit happens. All right, let's go ahead and move on to pile number 5. Beautiful last pile right here. Let's see how my pile number 5 is feeling during this Mercury retrograde. Let's look into it. Let's look into it. Why is everyone worried? I don't understand. Like, y'all need to get on Pal 4's level for real. All right. Or Pal 3's level. I mean, not Pal 4's level, Pal 3's level. And then, oh my gosh, panicked. Why is everyone feeling so worried for it? It makes no sense. And sad. Oh, you a sad boy. You a sad girl. Chin up. Chin up. For real. All right, let's go ahead and see. Pile number 5. How is my pile number 5 feeling for this Mercury retrograde? Let's see. How is pile 5 feeling during Mercury retrograde? The Devil card. So when it comes to pile 5, this Mercury retrograde, I got Capricorn energy here. Okay. Do I feel like you're going to be fighting with somebody? Not really. I don't think you're going to be fighting with them, but there is going to be a bit of a disagreement with someone, okay? And you might not see eye to eye. There might be, no solution to a problem that you guys might have. I also feel like addiction, certain things like overeating, maybe going to the gym all the time. Maybe you stop going to the gym. If you were addicted to, any type of substance or something like that, be very careful. Or anybody around you, you might see somebody else get back into certain shit that they used to be on. Okay, is also what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of temptation during this Mercury retrograde too, so be a little aware of temptation. You have the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so this Mercury retrograde is going to be bringing some separation. I am seeing that as well. So just keeping that there. I feel like you are going to be probably reading some tarot, okay? I feel like you're going to really channel what you have to channel, messages that you have to listen to. But for some reason, I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to kind of bring you a different view, a different outlook on relationships and on people, and on even if you want to be in a relationship. Do you even want to be in a relationship? I kind of feel like this Mercury retrograde, you're going to kind of be like, man, I don't feel nothing for nobody. I don't really even want to be in a relationship. I don't even think I want that for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel like you're in this energy where you're just like, I'd rather be alone for real. I see right through all of these motherfuckers for real, and we'll never see eye to eye, and we're just too different. And I kind of feel like that's what you're gonna be doing during this Mercury retrograde. I also feel like you're not gonna be building anything with anybody. I kind of feel like you're just, you're not gonna try to be growing any type of relationships or anything like that during this Mercury retrograde. Clarify the Seven of Plants for me, please. Okay, it's not your money. Your money looks good. I see you working hard. I see you coming up with good ideas. If anything, you're moving on. Oh, who is this? You got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You got Cancer energy here too. Oh, you're moving on. You're moving on from somebody. I kind of feel like, yeah, you might shed a tear or two, but it's the tear or two that you're shedding so that because you're realizing something, and it's not so much of you're sad. Okay, so this is something that, okay, y'all know me, right? I've said this before in my readings before at some point. I don't remember when, but it was at some point. And I've said that if you still have any type of emotion when you think of a specific person, and you have a type of emotion towards that person, that means that you still have feelings for that person. And I still stand by it. Okay? I still stand by that. I'll always stand by that. Because if you think of a person and you start getting angry, or you think of a person and you start getting sad, and you think of a person and you start getting happy, you still have feelings for that person. It's called feelings. You feel something because when you think of that specific person, you start feeling an emotion. So you still got feelings for them. So I'm going to stand by the logic. I'm going to stand by what I said. Now, that does not mean there's something different, though. Because I can think of a person and I don't feel nothing for the person. But I do get a little emotional when it comes to the memory of an event or something that took place, and it just so happened to be that person was within the event. You know what I mean? So, for example, if let's say there was someone that, I don't know, I went to a concert with or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will feel very happy. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about the actual person, but it's the feelings that came because of the surrounding energy. Like, it's a good environment. I was very happy. You know what I'm saying? There was someone there, and I felt like I could share a special moment with a specific person, but that does not mean that I have a lot of feelings for that specific person or any of at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it was a great event, but that doesn't mean that I have feelings for a specific person. So there's like, it's like a different type of thing when it comes to, oh, I think of a specific person and I start feeling an emotion, as to I think of a time and a place of where I was, and that brings up a different emotion. You know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm making sense because it's a little hard for me to explain. But anyways, I kind of feel like the emotions that you're going to be feeling are not so much towards a specific person, because I feel like you've moved on from that said specific person, but more of the events that happened. For example, living with somebody, or going on a trip with a specific person, or going shopping with a specific person, or laying in bed with a specific person, or whatever the case may be, right? Um, it's not so much about the person, but the events that you had or did, and the feelings that you felt while doing these events is what I'm picking up on, okay? Because you're moving on, especially in Mercury retrograde. You're moving on now. I also feel like you're moving on from a bum. Now, no offense to the bums, but get offended if you want to. I feel like you personally feel like this person is a bum. This person is not going anywhere in life. You feel like this person hasn't done anything with their life. You've grown. You've and when I mean bum, I don't mean financial. Like, I mean, even though the King of Pentacles is coming out in reverse, which is financial issues, but it could be with growth in general. Okay, you might be moving on from someone that you know is not on your level. And now, this is not to be belittling somebody because of their financial income, because they could have financial income, but they don't have growth. They don't have, you know, they're not mature, they're not maturing, they're not growing in life. So it's like, that means nothing, because if someone who is immature with their money, they'll blow their money and they don't know how to correctly spend their money, they don't know how to invest, they don't know how to do a lot of shit, is not that attractive either, regardless of how much money they have, right? But we're not talking about only money here. We're talking about, in general, the growth of this person just does not impress you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe you might get back in touch with somebody from your past in this Mercury retrograde, and you might realize, damn, you have not changed not one bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Now, for my fellas out there, I am seeing that you are going to be dealing with maybe a gold digger. So, just be a little bit careful. But I don't really think that you're going to um budge into it anyways. You're like, I ain't giving you no money. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, that's for a few of my men out there. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. In this Mercury retrograde, it's all about moving forward, moving on. Um, you don't want anybody from the past, is what I'm seeing. Okay, I feel like you don't want nobody from the past, because you know what already happened in the past, and it's just gonna re-happen. You feel me? So why even let it re-happen? It just might as well just dodge the whole thing. You feel me? I feel like you're going to be pretty single, but you're going to be happy while being single. Okay? Yeah, and this could be someone from someone that you were planning a family with, that you were trying to grow something with or whatever. But you can't grow with anybody who's not doing no growing. How are you supposed to grow something with somebody when they don't water the damn plant? How are you supposed to grow with somebody when they don't, you know, put soil in that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, all they got is their seed, no pun intended. You feel me? Like, but yeah, well, actually, pun intended. Mm-hmm. But that's what I got. And it's gonna be making you sad, because you're gonna see, like, damn, motherfucker, you ain't grow at all. You feel me? Like, you're just gonna be like, damn, so disappointing. So disappointing. Like, they're gonna try it. They're gonna try to come back, whatever, whatever, whatever. But you're not gonna want nothing to do with it, because you're already moved on from that. You're moving forward. You're moving up in life, and I feel like this person is just either moving backwards or just staying stagnant. Okay. But that's what I got. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know how it was in the comments below. I will see y'all another time. Bye.